Hi, I'm back. So, we are going to be discussing the power struggle between men and women and how sad it truly is. So, you can hit that like button as you come in. Thank you. Velvet says hello. Um, y'all hit the like button as you come in. Say hello. Um, she's so cute, isn't she? Yes. Okay. So, the power struggle remains. Everyone wants to be the prize. The man wants to be the prize now, wants to think that we are supposed to cater to them and da 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 da. Thank you, boss babe. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But it will never be. It will never be. I mean, you can keep trying, but it will never happen. The woman will always secretly, undercover, be the way that the world is ran. The men are supposed to do their part, and they can be viewed as king, and the woman is the queen, of course. But when they all of a sudden want to only just be a king and with no queen, that's when stuff starts going wrong. That's when stuff starts going down, 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 down. And I think that most people, we're just talking about general, men in general, men and women in general, the power struggle. Without us, there is no king. I will repeat that. Without a woman, there is no king. Yes. Because throughout history, I have cat hear me. Even in mythology and all throughout history, a king was always born to a woman, but never was a woman born from a king. A woman can marry into, royalty. But the point is, the power struggle has always been there, because when you are not getting what you want in something, you want to do it your own way, or you want to see if you can do it different or better. And you want to see if you are smarter or wiser. So then you start to compete with your other half. And when you start to compete with your other half, and they're fighting all the time, they get distracted and forget the whole goal in the first place. So when you start trying to fight for power, which is not even the point, when you try to fight for the power, it's a distraction from what you're supposed to be trying to accomplish. So here's the thing. Women, you already have the power, period. Hands down. You ain't got to compete. You don't have to fight. Okay. Men pretend that you don't have the power so that you can be distracted and compete with them, so that if they seem to be getting an advantage upon you, or if they can find some points to point out at the time that you are unaware of because you've been so distracted fighting or trying to claim power, that sound good for the moment, he may exert false, knowledge upon you to pretend like you're having power, like he's having the power over you temporarily. But at the end of the day, that's the only reason they get up in the morning or, and go to work, is ultimately to get a woman's attention. Okay. The only reason they have energy and the strive in life and the, um, you know, energy to even procreate is for women. You know, they wake up ready for a woman. They go to bed ready for a woman, if you know what I mean. You know, the physical nature will show you. It will point the way to who you are supposed to. If yeah, it will point the way to where you're supposed to be. Now, a woman, not like that. We don't wake up pointing the way. We don't wake up with physical things happening to us, trying to tell us what needs to happen or where we need to be going. So, therefore, the power is obvious. The reason why women aren't so power hungry or so power driven is because intuitively you already know you have it. So you don't try to compete for it. Except those women who are confused and don't really know who they are, then they'll try to compete with a man for power or, status or whatnot. But I think most women know intuitively that they are powerful. So they don't try to show it because, I mean, it's like having money. When you've grown up with money and you have money all your life, you don't go out and buy a bunch of expensive stuff to go flash around. You just be like, you know. So this is where the whole confusion began. Men want to rule and compete and rule over the women. And they figured money can help with that. And of course, yes, we will allow you to play the role of, a king or a man or, somebody who's powerful. But at the same time, without us or without a beautiful woman next to you, it's hard to see your status. You have to constantly say who you've dated, how many women you've been with, who your current woman is. Here's a picture of her. You'll constantly have to show who you report back to or who you claim for status. So we know that. I know that. That's why all them dudes online are always asking y'all for pictures, because they're using y'all for status because they don't have any of their own. Okay, so we already know there is no competition. We are the prize, period. Always have been, always will be, no matter what y'all try to do. You can put people down. You can put other women down. Men can fight for dominance over women. Men can try to control women, but at the end of the day, they're putting in all that effort and energy to keep tabs on a woman. It's taking more energy out of them to do that when they could be doing something else. So we know we are the priority. Whether you show it in a negative way or a positive way, you're still making us a all-powerful, okay? So don't ever think that you are going to find your power through a man. He's going to find his power through you. I'll repeat that. Don't ever think that you're going to find your power and your self-love and your meaning of life and whatever through a man. They are only going to find it through you. Just like they find life through you. Okay? Just like they find life through you. That's the only way. So, and the reason why they allow the reason why they allow certain men to teach them is because some of these men have a feminine air, and so they deem that powerful automatically. That's why they flock to a feminine man for relationship advice, because they see the power that's hiding within, which is feminine energy. So they still can't get away from it. They will still go and veer left, thinking they're making the right, or veer right, thinking they're making the left. And they're still going to end up listening to feminine energy. It might be the bad part of feminine energy, or the part of feminine energy that's destructive. But at the end of the day, it's still feminine energy. So no matter where they go, they're not going to be able to find a very masculine presence online that's going to tell them how to, be the prize. They're just not going to do it. Thank you, Barbie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This is church service. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I'm telling you, church service, this ain't a church, because I wouldn't have to pay taxes if this was a church. I wish. This is more like an outdoor screensaver. But thanks. A masculine man doesn't care about being the prize. Yeah, they sure don't, because they already know that all they have to be is them, and they'll get their own recognition. They will build their own way, and they will create a power that a queen or a woman will admire the most, the highest. And what women admire the most and the highest usually gets very popular. So that's why masculine men don't worry about trying to have power over a woman. They just do their thing. It's kind of like we don't, people that don't compete, they just do their thing. And they're artists. They're more creators and artists rather than workers who have to compete for position. There is no position in art or creation. You create the life you want by being who you are. You can't do that because you're too busy, distracted, trying to fight for power when it's not about power. The woman has already got the power. You can't take it from her. You could just make her forget it, but that's it. So it's best just to, get back on track, get in line, get back on track, and be the best man that you can possibly be. Stop trying to take the woman's position. And she don't really care to flex her power. Women don't care to flex their power. We don't care. Like, I don't have to think I'm all that. I don't even tell people what I do. I don't tell people nothing. I just sit back and observe. Because true power does not have to prove it. It just is. The sun does not get up every day and say, "Oh, I'm gonna shine extra hard to prove I'm powerful." It shines how it's supposed to shine when it's supposed to shine. If there's no clouds in the sky, yeah, it might be hot extra. If it's summertime because the earth is tilted a certain way, yeah. But it's not going to get up every day and try to shine harder. The moon is just going to be the moon. The moon is just going to shine as a reflection of the sun. The harder the sun shines, the harder the moon going to shine. And we're not even putting in the work. We just reflecting it. You understand? Everything you do, you're just giving it to us. Every time you try to prove that you're all this and that, all you're doing is proving that we are. Because who has to prove themselves to someone whoever you're trying to prove yourself to is the most powerful? Think about it. If you're trying to constantly prove yourself to someone, you're giving them your power unknowingly. If you're competing with someone, you're unknowingly already trying to keep up with them. So we already know that we are the prize. We always will be. There is nothing that you can do about it. So the best thing a man can do, the best thing you can do is just understand that and try to, instead of competing with us, try to make us, you know, see you as also powerful. Also powerful. You know what I'm saying? Mhm. Because if we weren't distracted having a, you know, woman versus man, we would be able to see how they're supposed to work together as, you know, not, I ain't gonna say no team, but how they're supposed to work together as complements to each other. You know, it's kind of like, you know, music. If you're only playing one set of keys without the other set, you're gonna be missing some notes in harmony, you know, and you're just gonna have a song with no harmony. You're just gonna be like, you know, a bad song. Okay. Collabs are always the best on like music. Duets are always hits. When you're not doing a duet, you're fighting. It's like when female rappers are doing a duet, they're always talking trash about men. And when male rappers are rapping, they're always talking trash about women. But when they get together, oh, it's a love rap. They're not fighting once they get on a track. And even if you watch the videos, the woman will always grab the most attention in the video. The male is just there as the foundation or support or the strength. And the woman is there to, you know, to put the, you know, the sprinkle on it. And then they showed you the power of two women and how if women ever gave up on men, how successful they could be. Now, I'm not saying nothing, but I'm saying something. You know what I'm saying? The video WAP. I know it's a silly video, but look what it did. Why do you think that video did so well? Now you have two women. They're not, you know, anything spectacular. They're in, you know, in the intelligence department. They might be smart. I mean, I give some, you know, some intelligence, but they're not going to be like super geniuses. But they still probably earn more money than any like male artist that have been in the game the same amount of time that those two have been in the game. You know, so and even though their rap was about the same thing that a man would say about them in their song, which may sound negative, they would say the same exact thing and make it sound positive and still get paid off of it. You understand? So if you had a man with the same lyrics saying there's some holes in his house, because that was an original song by a man named Luke, and they did that on purpose because, you know, then they took it and flipped it and put their own stuff on it and made way more money than Luke. Just two women, hadn't been out but like a couple of years, put some weave and makeup on, walked around half naked, and made themselves money and probably made Luke some money. Because, you know, he got paid for that sample. I hope so. But when you let a woman take something, she's automatically powerful. She gonna multiply the value of anything because that's who she is. And men are sitting around here, women need to do this, women need to do that. No, you need to do this and you need to do that. If you want to go ahead and do your Bruce Jenner thing, then go ahead and do it. But don't tell us what we need to be doing. You need to be focusing on how to figure out how you're going to stop competing against women and just understand, you know, where we're supposed to be and where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do and what we're supposed to do. Know your own role. Stop trying to steal our role. Okay? And that's why we have to let them know. We can't let them steal our role. If you were in a show, you worked on sitcoms or TV, are you gonna let some man steal the scene every time you get on screen? You might lose your job. Well, she's not really getting good ratings because this dude over here keeps popping up acting silly. Are you gonna let him steal your scene? Or are you gonna go in the back and be like, hold up, I'm gonna use what I got because this fool over here trying to take my job. Then you start competing, and now all of a sudden people like, oh, she look good. What she do different? Okay. Then all of a sudden you got a fan page up somewhere and people are trying to dress like you and stuff. So you've got to make sure that you don't let someone take your power from you, and remember who you are, because a lot of men don't like that about women. They don't like the fact that a woman can just pretty much get whatever she wants in life if she loves and values and knows her power. Now I said if she knows and values and values herself and knows her power. Most women are walking around brainwashed and don't know that they are the only reason men wake up in the morning. And I'll tell you the truth, even if they are gay men, they're still looking for something that feels similar to a woman. They're still producing sperm. They're still producing sperm. If men did not need women, if men did not need women, they would stop producing sperm. It would be a evolution thing. It would just dry up. Okay? So they wouldn't have the urge to spread their seed, whether it's fertilizer, or to make a child. It's still being produced because of the female pheromones everywhere. Okay? It's still being produced because of our pheromones in the air. You ever thought about that? So y'all got to get smart and stop competing, because you are the prize and you always have been. Yeah, y'all hit the mics. Now you see what happens when you ever watch those prison shows where men go to prison versus when women go to prison? Y'all ever seen it? I know y'all probably saw Orange is the New Black. What? When you're locked up and you're only around other men, there's still a lot of, competition there. There's still a lot of trying to dominate over, the weaker one, or the one that seems weaker in nature because of their size. So they're still reacting on something very feminine, which is, someone who's physically weaker. Okay. Someone who's physically weaker to a man is more feminine to that particular man. I'm not saying that someone who's little and, as a man is feminine, but I'm saying to a bigger man, he's feminine to him because of the, the strength and the size. So they tend to want to dominate over the smaller men, or to claim one, or to, exert some type of authority over. They always want to do that. And so women are just like more like, buddies, friends, sisters, and stuff like that. But when it comes to men, they want to rule over the feminine. And that's why You know, a lot of times they're not, you know, going to be able to do it. Okay. They're being too distracted by trying to have the power over the woman. A lot of men just want power over women instead of focusing on how to get money, because that's another way to get power. You ever notice when someone gets money, they stop competing with women? I'll repeat that. Did you ever notice when someone gets a lot of money, especially y'all notice when men get paid, they stop competing with women because now they have a sense of power. Until they get that money, they're always going to compete with you. That's why it's important for men to have money, so they won't compete with you and they won't feel some type of way about you. That's why I always tell you guys, don't tell them how much you earn. Don't tell them how much you make, baby. You remain behind the scenes. You be the undercover, baby. You be the undercover, you know, whatever you are. Let them think they're powerful. But at the same time, you can take their money and you got your money. So who's really the most powerful? It's still going to be us, but they don't mind because now they can share that power because they've earned it. They earn that power. They've earned their own power, and now they were trying to impress you with their power instead of trying to oppress you. You understand? That's why you need a man with money. The rest of them are trying to compete with you and be you. The other ones who have their money and their sense of power within are trying to impress you. Now you have some that are kind of stuck in the middle who got money but are afraid that you're going to, like, you know, leave and they'll have to start all over with somebody and waste money, and they think that's wasting money, or they just want to, you know, it's old habits. But most, I'll say the majority of women who know their power will not fall victim to those type of men, because they'll show their own, you know, inner feminine energy. And so it will only attract masculine men. So y'all have to make sure that, yeah, their power is money. That's obvious. Women like money. That's where your power is, sir. That's where the man's power is. It's his ability to earn and create something that will make him powerful. Because we already have that. Like, we have that with us naturally, because a lot of women can, you know, take something and make it into something, multiply into something spectacular. You know, we could take, you know, just look at our wardrobe. We could take makeup, dirt. That's how I used to make makeup. Take some oils and some dirt and some clay and mix it together with some crushed up flowers and make colors for our face. And, you know, get some hair off of somebody's head, sew it up and put a wig on it. We're creative. We can take basic stuff and make it extraordinary. And so that's why men need to allow a woman to be a woman. Men need to allow women to be themselves instead of trying to, you know, suppress you down so you can't be the best you can be. You can be whatever, but until men get their money, they don't want you to pass them by. They don't want you to surpass them. That's why they don't but it's true. Sorry, I like my song. So y'all, these people keep calling me trying to get me to answer their phone. I'm not answering the phone, fool. Yeah, so, you know, if I think if more men studied, I'm not going to say listen to, but observed. I mean, a lot of guys on here come to observe. They don't come to teach. They don't come to add their 2 cents unless it's, something that they think is helpful in a nice way. And I appreciate that, because that's a good way to do that. They're not arguing. They're just saying, hey, you don't have to argue if you don't agree with something. Let's just put that out there. You don't have to argue if you don't agree with something. You can just figure out a different way to do it. But the men that do come in here that are respectful and nice, they're coming here to observe and learn so they can become a better man. They're not trying to compete. Okay. Yeah, we got a few that come in and out, but they leave quick, if you've noticed. We got a few men trolls that come in and out, but they'll leave quick. They won't stay around. Because when I start talking, it start making sense, and they got to go find something else to listen to. Okay. They'll be back though. They always come back when they hit the dead end elsewhere. Some of them even pose as women and ask stupid questions because they don't want to ask as a man. And I already know that too. And that's fine. However you got to do it, But we know some of these troll sounding women are actually men. But I don't care. However you can get your fix is fine with me. So when that competition between male and female stop and they start doing their part, okay, you create, he provides. Mm-hmm. And when he provides, he can impress you. He can get what he needs. He can sleep with you. Like, y'all married, whatever. He can get what he wants out of you to go back out again and do it tomorrow. Uh-huh. Hey, Percy, sprinkle. So if you ever think about like all the famous women and what they had to endure and go through, thank you, girl, sprinkle, LOL. What does it mean when a guy tells you he's going through something and wants to wait to be something with you? That means he got another woman, he broke, or he don't want you, because he would never allow the chance for another man to snatch you up if he really liked you. So it means move on. Okay. If a man does not want to hold on to you for dear life, like he's afraid to lose you, he don't want you. Okay. That's just simple. Don't try to think too hard about it. That's just what it is. Mm-hmm. It's sad, but it's true. Okay. But at least he told you in a nice way. Like I would rather them tell me in a nice way than to say, I just don't want you. There's somebody else that I think it could be better. That's just to spare your feelings. And so you have to understand that. Hopefully it doesn't give you false hope. And they also try to leave a bridge there so they can go and come back. But sometimes they don't get to come back. Thank you, Myra. Sprinkle. Okay, so if men focused on their money and women focused on being their, best selves, everyone would be happy. Everybody. You just got to do what you're supposed to do. I mean, that if you think about it, and I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but that's just really what it is. Men are created to do what women cannot do, which is work, do physical labor, protects them against harm and all those things like that. The man is like that abominable snowman on Frozen. When Elsa was trying to fight, all the people, the villagers that was trying to come get her. She had to create a giant abominable snowman to protect her. But she did that. Okay. And notice her sister, who was a pygmisha, all she had was a little bitty snowman. But she got a real man who was trying to, game her and compete and steal her throne. Remember that? Frozen, the movie. The Disney Frozen. Y'all know, y'all kids seen it, and y'all know y'all went to go see it too, or saw it on. Anyway, so if you just notice the different sisters, they had different, levels of one was a super pygmisha, and one had to create the man that she needed because she didn't have an equal. So she created a protector and someone to guard her. Okay. So these other men that are trying to compete with you, they're like those, I don't know what this name is, the one that tried to steal Anna's kingdom. They're like them. There's a middle ground, which is, not the abominable stupid snowman with no brain or soul. There's that middle ground, which was Christophe, right? Who tried to help her and helped them both. So by free will, he said, he did that on his own. He had his own business with the ice, and he had a car or reindeer or whatever cart. He had it going on. He could do something. And right. And he ended up being, better. What do your sugar daddy stop giving you money, but you already quit your job because he paid bills? You need to tell him you need some money. Or stop spending it so fast. I don't know. Like, don't think it's always going to be coming in. You need to have backup. Get your backup money, girl. Get you a backup sugar daddy, or save some for a rainy day. Okay. I mean, you say you need Superwoman. But why? Like, here's my thing. Why do men want a Superwoman? Why do they want you to be the man? I don't understand that. It's just like, what? Do they not want... I do think I know that they see the woman as powerful, so they want her to become the man now so that they can have the power. And that's not how it's going to work. A woman doesn't want to be Superwoman. We are already Superwoman. We don't want to become the version of Superwoman that's based on a male character. Okay? We are already Superwoman. If Superman's mama had Superman, then who is really Superwoman without being Superwoman based on Superman? Okay, stop. We don't want to be Superwoman. We just want to be the woman. We already super. We can't become something we already are. But we're not going to base it on the male version. Okay, so stop. Just think about it. Y'all know I always use Michael Jackson as an example. Katherine Jackson don't got to hit no type of moonwalk. She made Michael Jackson. Like, she birthed him, carried him, raised. She ain't got to do nothing. She good. She's already Superwoman without missing a beat. Okay, that's the power of women. The whole Jackson family. That's the power of a woman now. Okay. Think of all the men in the world. They came out of a woman. Every great man you can name who built this and that came out of a woman. Without that woman, that man wouldn't be there. If she didn't take her prenatal vitamins and stop drinking and smoking or whatever she had to do, he wouldn't be here. or not as bright. Okay, so if she didn't stop twerking in the club and giving up that life, they wouldn't be here. Okay, so y'all have to realize who has the power for real. Men want to pretend they got something, but we already had it. We gave it to them. Okay. That's like when your child figures out how to do something or learns some new knowledge at school and they come to, guess what, Mama? Guess what I learned? You done already learned it, but you act like you didn't know. Yeah, what you learned, baby? For real? That is so interesting. But it makes them feel smart. It makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel accomplished. It makes them feel satisfied within. It makes them want to go back to school and learn more and do more, you see? And that's what men do. But then, they realize, that's why I always say, don't act too smart, baby. And they realize you already know what they know. And so the only way they can really impress you is to bring you something or to protect you because you can't protect yourself because you're smaller, or, they're very masculine and can, make you feel super feminine, and they have money so they can, provide you with nice things so you can be comfortable and you don't have to sit there and worry all the time. You can be stress-free to, be creative and do your thing. So that's how a man can really show his power, by how he can make something already super powerful even more powerful. It's like you're the like without a phone charger, your phone, you're gonna need a charger, baby. That's how it works. You can create a phone, you can put all the apps on it you want, but without that charger, you don't have nothing, baby. The charger, even though it's behind the scenes, even it's not very technologically, advanced, you can't have the phone without it. You got to build the phone. You got to have the power source before you can even think about having a phone. So that's what I'm saying. I don't even think men want to be men nowadays. No, I don't think so either. And the reason why I don't think so is because no one is empowering them. Other men are not empowering other men. And so they don't see a reason to continue on. Other men need to empower other men, like women do women. And not by tearing down the opposite sex, because that's the same thing, but with many more people. Because I don't tear down men over here. I just say, well, this is why they're doing it. This is why they're doing it. This is why they're doing it. And this is what they should be doing instead. Thank you, LA. You kill me with your advice. Thank you, girls. So that's what I'm saying. Make sure men are teaching men. Like a woman can't teach a man because he's going to be trying to compete with her if she knows more than him. Unless he understands his power and her power and his role and her role. But most men, in these days, a lot of them don't. So that's why it's important for those who do to tell them. Like if a man was saying what I was saying, but, with giving examples that men could understand better, they would agree. I promise you, they would agree and they would understand and they would be like, okay, yeah, that's right. And then they would start to try to fill those roles. But if somebody's competing with a woman and telling them, oh, well, we're really the prize, or women have to do this in order to even be with us, but da 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 da. Okay, well, maybe you need to do that because you want to be by yourself, but at the same time, you want a woman to be impressed by you. Well, a woman can't be impressed by a man who can't impress a woman. Okay, continuously. They can't. This is like, I'm sorry. I like your outfit. That's very nice. I would wear it too. But you don't impress the feminine energy inside of me. Okay. Instead of spending your money on that outfit, you could have bought something for me, or you could have taken us on a trip or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of buying clothes for your closet. Okay. You could have saved one of those marriages. But when you are trying too hard to gain some type of power, one day you look around and you look up and you realize what you have really been trying to become the entire time. And you look around and you see, you're rubbing massage oils behind you and try to dim the light so nobody else can see your juices and oils back there. When you got your own, when you like to style clothing. I mean, the next step is, RuPaul's Drag Race. You might as well. Take that next step, baby. We'll support you. That's what's next. I mean, RuPaul can dress good for a man and a woman. But I don't see him being married to no woman. Ever. I know he can harness the power of a woman with the logic of a man, and that's good. But I don't see RuPaul trying to give women dating advice. I don't see that. I see RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't see RuPaul's advice channel for women. That's the OWN network. That's Oprah's channel. Thank you, Ashley. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Would you recommend dating your neighbor unknown? I mean, that's nice. Y'all probably do it for a couple of weeks and then he'll get a girlfriend or something like that. So you can do it if you want to. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate that, but I don't think you should. Unless it's just a fling to you. Like, if you're just going to have it as a fling, then fine. Just only think of it as a fling if, don't take it seriously if you do anything. He said he want a beard. Tell him if he want a beard to grow one. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt that he would ever do that. Because, women don't walk around with full beards. Okay. When you go to see him again, what? So anyway, and I'm not putting any type of man down, gay man, straight man, trans, they all are just going to be who they're going to be. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I just feel that if you're going to be who you are, don't try to step on other people along the way just to deter people from, saying something about you, Just be you. That's all I say. I think people should just be themselves and stop trying to say there's something that they obviously not. And when I think that would be the same for me. If I were, if I liked, if I was not straight, I'll just say that. If I was not straight, this channel will probably be more negative towards males, right? I would probably, instead of joking around and, being sarcastic, I would probably really get into them, and say very bad and nasty things to them. But I'm not. So I'm just like, okay, it is what it is, Dusty. They can't take anything from me. I don't compete with them. So I don't want to be them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be them. So I don't waste too much time trying to argue or compete. You say he's an image and fashion consultant. He looks like one. Well, that's good. Because I would say I saw one picture and it was too much. Like he had on every type of accessory that was, it was too much. Like you pick one accessory that's designer. Don't pile up the designers. That looks cheap. You don't want a Hermes belt. You don't want a Gucci purse / fanny pack with a Versace shirt on all together saying, look at me. That's just not classy. And y'all, yep, I just got on a plain old shirt. But I'm already a woman, so I don't have to try to be one. Okay. Guys don't care about designer. They sure don't. They just throw on a shirt. Look, it just got to be like something. It got to be Nike or Adidas or something. As long as it's Nikes or Adidas, that's fine with them. Maybe the Yeezys or something if I got some extra. Why is it he claimed to help high value women, but most of his videos are... Here's my thing. There's no such thing as high value women. Just take off the high value and just put the woman. Period. Okay. All women are high value. They just have to realize that themselves. They don't have to put no extra on it. Okay. You just a woman. It's how much you value yourself that will reflect you as, the higher value woman. You don't have to put that in front of your name. You don't have to put that in front of your gender. You just will be. So high value men don't call themselves high value men. I'm just going to tell you that. Okay. When you go to the expensive store and you look at the signs, does it say high value clothing? Or just say the name? Men's department. Does it say high value men's department? Cheap men's department? Dusty man department? No, you know where to go just by looking. You know where the expensive clothes are. You know where the cheap clothes are. You ain't got to have no HV in front of it. So all of that is silly. I could give you a Rice Krispie treat wrapped in a gold box and you're going to think it's a high value gift until you open it and be mad. You're going to save the wrapping paper in the box and then be mad about what's inside. Because you know what? it said it was high value. But if you hungry and starving to death, I guess it is. If you dusty and or thirsty and desperate, anything and is high value. For real. If you dusty and thirsty, anything is high value. You know, like my Ursula cup. This high value, but I have to put high value on it. I'm just gonna drink because I like it. This cup costs more than the cups probably he be drinking out of or whatever. But I don't have to go off and flaunt it. I don't have to. This is a cup to me. Yeah, it's my Disney cup. It doesn't have to say high value on it. If I value it, then it's high value to me. And I don't have to talk about it. Thank you so much. I value your advice about the recent level up, and I didn't give my husband any for free. He's worked overtime for me and actually got a promotion. Girl, I told you, didn't I tell you? You don't give it up for free. That way they push them harder. That's why they wake up in the mornings for you. Tell your husband congratulations for going to the next level and reaching a higher potential because his wife said, I know you lying. Nope. You better go you better go do something better. You better go bring home this money. See, women push, thank you for that comment. Women push men to the next level and they don't even realize it. Because if she would have rolled over and gave it up, he'd still be in that same position, making that same amount of money. Don't believe me. That's how men and women work. That's how the dynamic is supposed to work. It's not a competition. It's the reward and prize system. You want the prize? Go bring me the reward. That's the correct dynamic. That's the correct dynamic. You don't have to, your man don't have to dress better than you. He just have to bring you clothes to buy, money to buy dresses or whatever you buy. Okay. He's not supposed to be the pretty one. He's supposed to be the one to keep you pretty for himself. You understand? He's not, it's like the mechanic that owns, a garage or whatever, and fixes cars or a body shop or whatever you want to say. He does not drive the most fancy car. He doesn't drive the fanciest of cars. He fixes other people's cars to make them fancy, and he gets paid and goes out and buys what he likes. He may not love fancy cars. He might like boats. He might like land. But what I'm saying is men don't try to compete. They just try to do what's necessary to make that relationship the best it can be. And that's what it is. Providing and protecting will make a relationship as best as it can be, especially if you are continuously trying to do better. Men and women need to understand this. Women, if you only, and this might hurt a few career women's hearts, but believe me, I've been there. I didn't think about a career. I didn't think about a relationship or a marriage or children before I chose my career a long time ago. I didn't think about it because that's not what they teach you to think about in school. They don't pull you aside in school and say, oh, well, if you're thinking about that career, did you ever think about if you're going to have a husband and children? Because that would be sexist. But at the end of the day, you're going to eventually want that. And then if your career is in the way, then what? You know what I'm saying? So I wish someone would have told me. I wouldn't have cared if it was sexist. At least I would have been able to plan better. Okay. So I would have been able to plan better. And when you get in, as a woman, when you get into a career, you you're probably going to excel at it. You're probably going to be really good at it. You're probably going to stick to it. And you're probably going to earn your money. But then when you look around and try to date, men are not going to be on the same level as you because you're going to have the money. And they like to play around and they don't have any real motivation because they're too busy out trying to, play the field. And so they're more distracted, especially if they're chasing women. They're more distracted, and so they don't get their success until later on in life. So that leaves older men, which is probably better anyway, which I do suggest older men. That leaves older men to be the providers and protectors for you. And, that's the best way I could figure it out. I think if you have such a career that you're competing with men your own age or close to your own age, then it's only going to be natural that if you find one your own age and y'all live together or get married, you're naturally going to compete with him because you're used to competing with men at work. And so that's where it all kind of goes downhill, unless you work for yourself and, do something that doesn't require, competing with men. Okay. Like my little businesses don't compete with men at all, but I still get paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to compete with a man. I can get paid without competing with a man because I think we already hold the power. We're the reason that they have a job. We're the reason that they wake up every morning. We're the reasons why they got to pay child support, taxes, and all that kind of stuff. We're the reason. We are the reason, period. Okay. We're the reasons that contracts have to be made. We're the reason that people have to get stuff notarized and all that kind of stuff. If you don't believe it, look at Lady Liberty. It's the lady. Okay. So look at the Statue of Liberty. It's a lady. America, woman's name. Mother Earth, baby. We own, this is us. Okay. We're the way in and out, period. You got to be born through a womb, and then the earth, if you get buried, well, decay your body and take it back, whatever. But we're in and we're out. You here because we said you could be here, period. I know that went over a lot of people's heads, but it's just the truth. So Mother Earth, your mother, your baby mama, the woman you chasing, the woman you trying to lie to, the woman you trying to run game on, the women you talk trash to, it's all women. Everything you do revolves around women. Period. You might as well just get it right instead of trying to avoid it. Instead of trying to trick. How are you going to beat someone in their own environment? I don't even understand. You can't compete with somebody on their own turf, in their own environment, their own stadium, in their own state. That's hard. You say, who run the world? Girls. We just let y'all think y'all be running it so that y'all won't get mad and try to, look like you're doing something that you don't need to be doing. But we do need your strength, your protection, and your provisions so that you can have a part in running the world too. That way you don't feel left out. Okay. And if you can prove, if men can prove themselves as, someone that we can depend on and who protects us, we will let you lead because we're tired. Shoot. We'll be like, okay, go ahead. You got it. We believe in you. We know you ain't gonna make no stupid mistakes because you seem smart and wise, and you didn't earn your way to the top. You've impressed me. You got some money. You know how to take care of them finances. So you got a good head on your shoulder. That's what it takes. But you got to get there. A woman is not going to trust or depend on a man who can't do certain things for himself. How he going to do it for her and him, and if they have a child. So, men have to get to that point to where they're successful on their own. And I think sometimes when men get to that point, they resent women for making them work and struggle so hard to get to this point. But they need to thank women because that's the reason they got there. So you're welcome. When you get there, you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm a high value man now. And you have to do this. No, I don't. I'm the reason you there. Shut up. That's like your parents paying for your college tuition. And you graduate and you be like, oh, well, I'm a graduate now. Okay. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't even be here graduating, period. Well, I can't hang around y'all anymore. I have to go find some better people because my parents, they don't understand 4-syllable words, or legalese or whatever. They don't understand it. Well, they paid for you to understand it, and they allowed you to go understand it. They pushed you to go understand it because you obviously needed it. You was living in their house, eating their food. We just wanted you to be able to feel good about yourself when you wake up in the morning. Okay, that's what it is. So when a man turns around and say he's a high value man and he earned 6 figures or 7 figures or whatever, and what you gonna do to be without for me to whatever or whatever, you know what? Go ahead with your bad self. Go ahead with your bad self. You got it. Walk with it. Walk, turn, pose, hold up that check, 6 figures. Oh, yes. I'm so proud of you. Oh, I don't want it, baby. I got my own. I just wanted yours too, but okay. You good though. You get tired of flashing and running around, You get old and you can start get a limp and a little arthritis in that hip. You know where to find us. Hopefully by then you're gonna have 7 figures. We can just take that too. So the prodigal son always comes back. Understand? They always come back. The prodigal son always comes back. When he get tired of doing his thing, he'll be back. But he better come back with some money. That's all I know. Okay, go do your thing. Go feel yourself. When you come back, and you're probably gonna be a whole nother generation of women that you might want to date because they gonna want the old man. By the time you can wore yourself out, trying to talk about you a high value man, your value gonna have been decreased by now. But as far as your looks are concerned, and the only value you will have is that 6-figure check. That's it, and you won't be able to make as many demands because you're gonna have to be putting up a facade that you're valuable. So you're gonna have to go get you a younger woman, and you're gonna have to give her some of that money. So eventually, women always get the money unless you go give it to some man. But usually, the women are always gonna get the money. It might not be this generation, might be the next one, but they're gonna get it. Thank you for changing my mindset in my life. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Sprinkle. Appreciate that. So this generation of women might not get those confused men's money, but the next generation will. They don't have wised up and come to their senses and slowing down by then. So, Y'all need to stop trying to think. Y'all need to stop trying to say, oh, there's no men, good men. No, there's good men. They just older. And eventually the silly men will get older and they'll understand. And some woman gonna get their money. Okay. The braggy men have degrees and boring personalities. What do you like to do for fun? Tell me about yourself. Unmatched. Yeah, they're trying too hard. They're trying too hard to be the image of what they think women want. They're trying too hard to be the image, the script of what women want. We don't want an image or a script. We want your provisions and protection. Everything else we don't need. Okay. But I understand that you're practicing your role for when you get mature enough to bring both. Okay. And you can practice all day. That's fine. But you're not going to be able to pull it off. Do you think, for me, like if a guy is like, oh, I have a degree and I work at this firm or whatever, and I was like, oh, wonderful. Do you swipe left or right on your own picture? Do you have any portraits of yourself in your home? Wonderful. When you're ready to hang up pictures of me, let me know. All right. When you're ready to use that degree and that job to pay my bills, let me know. Because otherwise, I don't care. I don't care what you can do by yourself in a room by yourself with yourself. What can you do for me? Okay, you can talk about it, but that does not impress me. You got to put some action on it. What to do when you have no choice but to get a career and find a feminine career, baby, that lets you have time off. Mm-hmm. What are some ways I can get money out of men on the first date? Pick the correct target. They have to like you way more and come with that cash already in their pocket in the envelope, baby. Just because they think you was cute the first time they seen you, they're already prepared. That's how. Should we marry a poor man? Would they save us if it's a death-like situation? Jack versus the rich man. First of all, Jack has nothing to offer or lose. You understand? He ain't got nothing to offer or nothing to lose. So he would have saved anybody. Okay? Whoever was there, that's what he was going to save. Period. Okay? Whoever would have gave him some, that's who he was going to get it from. You understand? So if you like Jack, then you're gonna get Jack, which is basically getting Jack. Nothing. That's why they say I ain't got Jack. I don't have Jack. I ain't got Jack. Because you don't have anything. Ain't got nothing. It is what it is. That's why Jack had to die. Mm-hmm. Would Jack have saved her if he was rich? No, he'd probably be just like the cow. But see, she was stupid. Rose was dumb because she could have been in a lifeboat. She just trying to stir up some drama. Rose could have been in a lifeboat, warm and secure, with a. Okay. We're talking about the Titanic movie. Rose's mother was making her be a gold digger. Mm-hmm. And she was basically just being with Jack to be rebellious. She wasn't with him because she really wanted to be with him. She was trying to be rebellious. Well, first she was trying to kill herself. Then when she figured out was a better way, just to be rebellious, that's what she did. And that's what that's what a lot of these women will do. You know, they'll date certain type of men to rebel, use them all up. Then when it's time to get married, they go off and marry somebody and have a whole different life. They, you know, they have a rebellious stage. But the point is, suburban rich girls always love hood ninjas. Yeah, because it's like something different. Oh, yeah, I'm tired of, playing by the rules and playing safe. Let me go do something that probably I'll never ever get to do again before I, marry, settle down, and have some kids in the suburbs and be a soccer mom. Let me go see what Tyrone doing over here. So that's what it is. Einstein left his wife. Well, I mean, I'm sure he needed to leave his wife. He was a Pisces. He didn't need a wife, baby. He was a wife to himself. His work was his wife. But I like the quote that he did say about women. He had a lot of positive things to say about women, so maybe he left her so he could be a player. Who knows? And water signs can be players, man. I'm 21 and I've never been in a relationship before. Should I start freestyling and get more experience? Yes, girl, hurry up. You 21, girl, go get some experience. So back to the topic. The men need to learn from masculine men, because all you're going to do is come back here or come up to some woman and sound like a woman. If you listen to a feminine man, that's all I'm going to do. That's not going to help you, sir. It's going to backfire. And I'm telling you, because it's already backfiring. Look at y'all. Y'all follow a man with the same outfit that J-Lo has, sir. Do you understand this? So when you come to us as women trying to say something or trying to say, well, he's this and he's that. Well, we think you like him, baby. We don't think you like us. We think you like him. Okay. So I'll just give you a bit of advice because I know he won't. Don't say his name. Just say, I think. Don't use any key code words to associate. And you might be better off that way. Okay. Because as soon as a woman hears that, she already suspect of you. So, and all the stuff that you thought you had gained and learned just flew out of the window. So, okay, don't say nothing. These women are sexual Jezebels. Okay, deacon. Ain't that what y'all do in the church? Now who y'all look for in the church? Y'all know the one that come in a red dress, clicking and clacking them heels late so everybody can see her. They're gonna try to call us names, but we be right in the inbox. So what's up? Yeah, you know how men are. They say one thing and do another. We ain't worried about them. You say you really catch. Yeah. And I'm not here to bash people. I'm here to try to tell you guys that, instead of competing with a woman, just go and be the man that the woman actually desires. Go be the man that the woman actually wants. Go be the man the woman is actually impressed by. Go be the man that actually understands his value and her value. That's the man you need to go be. You don't need to be a man who tears down women because you can't be her or you can't be the prize. And so you got to tear her down so you can look similar to a prize, but not a prize still. Because at the end of the day, the reason you get up with blood flowing down and the reason you continuously produce sperm is for a woman. Do you understand? Because you can't do nothing with it. Okay, you are for us. We're not for you. So the reason you produce sperm and wake up looking for us, pointing the way, is because you are made to serve us, to give to us. That's why we are the receivers and you guys are the givers. Now, some people want to be givers. Some people want to be receivers. So if you want to be a receiver, do you want to be this or do you want to be this? It's up to you, baby. What you want. Thank you, Anyana. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What you think of the Great Gatsby movie? Oh, it's good. I hadn't seen it in a long time though. But New Money. I don't know. I hadn't seen it in forever. I saw that not a long time ago, but it looked extravagant. I'll have to watch it again, but thank you. So when you know your role, you don't try to flip it. You understand? You just play your part. You understand? You play your part. You don't try to flip the roles. Because when you flip the roles, that's when stuff start getting messed up. You said, Mr. Crab, what? You said you are not above me. Well, ain't that the position a woman be in when she give birth? Okay, then. Above the child? You right. You could have fooled me. But we won't tell nobody. Go ahead and do your thing. We won't tell nobody we was above you. Go work hard and be the man we know you can be. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I just prefer money. Don't matter. So yeah, we don't need to compete with a man. We don't need to be above a man. We already been above you and we birthed you. So we good. We know our position. We know our power. We know what we can do. Now let's see what you can do without trying to compete with us and do what we already did. Go do your thing now. Go be the provider and the male and the masculine one. Go do that. Okay. Go figure out how to do that. Go find somebody to teach you how to do that. Don't try to come over here with the ladies and try to see what we doing. Go over there with the men and see what they doing. The men. Okay. The ones that's not on YouTube taking fashion advice from Janelle Monáe and them. Get to the ones that don't care if their trench coat match their trousers and socks or, and Gucci bag. Go find the one that care about the stock market and go find the one that cares about, building a business and bringing home some money and, being an entrepreneur and making sure, their family has what it needs instead of trying to flash and flicker all over the place. Okay. Go be with them men. Because at the end of the day, when you come home and a woman sees you and you look all big and strong and masculine and you got some money and stuff, and she wants that. Okay? So that's what y'all need to be going to do. Men can't find the answers in a woman's chat group. I mean, they can observe and understand what they need to go be doing, but they can't find the answer with a man who wants to be a woman or by bashing other women. They can only find it through males who are doing what they want to be doing. They can only find it from males who are already doing what you want to be doing. You can't learn it from men who are sitting there arguing with women, trying to be women. You can't learn from them. They have nothing to teach you except how to be like them. Okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because when these type of men, they come, onto women, the woman is getting a feminine vibe from them and they're not responding properly. And then the man gets mad and then lashes out again. Why do you think you're going to lash out over and over and over? Because you're learning from the wrong type of man. Okay. Go find a real man and he ain't got to give you no woman advice. Let him teach you how to get paid. That's the only thing you need. Okay. You need your own way to impress. That does not have anything to do with comparing yourself to us. Okay? Not a thing. Nothing. There's nothing that will associate that masculine man over there with a woman, except that he has one. Period. So I wish a man would get up here and start teaching in full masculine force. I'd just be watching to be like, he's so cute. Oh, yes. He would have more female audience than men because men don't want to do what's right. They want to be us still. And then when the women start watching him, that's when the men will come. Oh, what they over here watching? Then they're going to call him a simp at first. Then they're going to see all the women running to him. You're going to see some real women on camera that look like the type of women that they actually want, and that's what's going to take. So whoever can do that, they need to go ahead and do it. Don't be shy. All the men on Instagram licking their lips and putting on baby oil. You probably get way more views and money if you a real masculine man and hop on YouTube and start giving some advice or something. And I think, you know what I think is so sad? I think it's so sad that women don't even have a real, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm just saying women don't even have a real example of what a very masculine man is online. I said very masculine, not semi-masculine, not 1/4 masculine. I said they don't have an example of just a strong, sitting up straight, not trying to argue or compare himself to a woman, not in this genre, maybe other genres that aren't even talking about women. Like they might be talking about, finance, aliens or something. I don't know, child, but not in this category. There's not any in this category that are on that level. You know why? Because those men don't need a YouTube channel to give advice on how to get women. They're too busy trying to get that money to keep that woman. But if there ever was a man who decided to do that, maybe things could change. But they do need someone to show as an example. Look, this is a real man. He ain't always going to be on YouTube, but he might pop up every now and then. He ain't got to be on there every day. He can pop up once a week and be out. Right? So I should start letting people call and chime in. No, I can't do that. You know why? Because when people, and I'm going to tell y'all for real, I'm going to tell y'all why I don't do call-ins. The reason I don't do call-ins is because when you get on that phone with with somebody you don't really know, and you say whatever you're going to say and whatnot, you're not going to speak your true mind. You're going to agree, or you're going to fear sounding stupid. You're not going to be your authentic self. You're not going to be able to express yourself like you should, because you're going to be intimidated if you're not used to being on YouTube, and you're just going to submit and lay down and die. If I was to be mean, or you would come with something unrealistic and be very fake with it. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't do calls. I've done them before, but it just seems very rehearsed, trying to impress, and I just want to talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it. If I ever do like a split screen thing, that's different, especially with somebody that's used to being on YouTube. But I don't want to have to deal with all the underlying things, because I think that's half the problem on some of these people's channels. These women are nervous. They're not used to being on live. They're scared. They're just going to submit, because that's what women do when they're backed in a corner. Okay. Or they go off, either one, depending on, fight or flight mode. So I wouldn't want to put anybody in that position in the first place. You could type your comment in and I'll read it. Or if we do something like with a split screen or whatnot, that's different. I don't like doing that to people. It's like being put on the spot. Exactly. You don't want to be put on the spot. And I think when people are put on the spot, they get nervous and they say stuff wrong. And then, you know, if you want to take advantage of that, it's so easy to do that. And y'all know I could do it. But I wouldn't want nobody doing that to my child. So I'll just do it on here. And it's all funny, you know, because it's not really, you're not hearing how vulnerable or shaky your voice is or how sad you are. It's, you know, just words typed out. You know, and for a man or for men to like to watch women be backed into a corner, verbally, you know, downgraded or, you know, talked down to, and cheer on that man shows you that it's a competition and not any type of way to do better. It shows you it's a competition. It's like in junior high school when, you know, there was going to be a fight after school in the hallway or something. And they would egg on the person that was winning the fight. It's like that. And for me, you know, girl fights, right? Men pile up to see girl fights. That's why it's so, you know. But at the same time, no one would step in and say, "Hey, sir, you ain't got to do all of that." You know, she has feelings, A, B, C, and D. She got her own little business, A, B, C, and D. Hey, man, that's too much. Back off. That's rude. But they cheer him on. Oh yeah, get her. You know, if I were to do that to men, if I were to do the same thing to men that would call in, first of all, men would never call in to be talked down to. They would never. That's number one. They would never be so vulnerable to do that in public. That's very brave. That's stronger. Women are stronger naturally inside than a man. A woman will get up there and put all her cards on the table, thinking somebody gonna try to help her. That's brave. That's vulnerable. But a man won't, and he'll laugh and cover it up, pretend, you know, this, and that. But at the same time, he's still messed up on the inside. At least she's trying to improve. Okay, at least she's trying to figure herself out. A lot of men are just sitting there laughing, but inside feel the same way. Right? And the only way to make themselves feel better is to do what? Put that other person down. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ha, ha, ha. You're average. Da, 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 da. But your paycheck average. Now, actually, it's below average. So I'd rather be average than below average. They laugh at her because the dude, or she said, or somebody said, or they both said that she was average. But what about that paycheck? That paycheck average? Or is it below average? Show your paycheck on screen. Come on, man, call it in. Snapshot that paycheck. Because we don't care what you look like, what you can do with your money. Call me and say, Shera, how can I get some more money? Here go my check stub for 2 weeks. I can't get no type of woman because I don't make enough money and they won't date me. Every time I tell them I work at the call center, they just laugh. What can I do? Do you think I would down that Dusty? Do you really think I would talk down to that Dusty? Do you think I would get that Dusty? No. I would say, well, you know what? I would give him a solution, baby. I was like, you know what? You could do this. You could do that. Blah, 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 blah. All that stuff your baby mama about you, put it on Poshmark. Oh. Thank you, beautiful soul. I love the topic. You've helped me to get better control of my emotions. When dealing with men, I thought it seemed to hurt his ego that it was a crying over him. I'm happy I have control over emotions. Good for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Yeah, that's another thing. Y'all got, women control their emotions. They have to try really hard because women are extra emotional. So it's way more difficult for women to control their emotions, but they try. They try to do it. So the strength that it takes to just be a woman, and I'm not saying strong physically or like a man. I'm saying the inner strength that it takes to bare your soul, to allow someone to, see you as the vulnerable one. That's strength. You said no call-ins, too many emotions, right? So, I would have helped the Dusty, gave him some, some game and some ways to get paid. Or want a side hustle or something. But I wouldn't have talked crazy and down to him. There was no need for that. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What can I do when the man start to become stingy with his money he gave me? Now he's penny pinching. Y'all always ask me the same exact question. Get another one, baby. When one start drying up, what you gonna do? Go get another one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why is he penny pinching? It's getting close to Christmas. He got to buy other people gifts, girl. What? Or maybe he's trying to give you a good Christmas present. I don't know, but you got to understand. Men don't get the clue until you say something. You got to say something like, "Oh, you must not be doing very well this week. Everything okay at work?" Women could make 100K on her own nowadays. Not impressed. Exactly. Like, that's nothing. Like, to some people, it's a lot. But once you get in, I'll say this: once you get in the cycle, in the groove of making money, it comes really easy. Okay, but you got to get in that groove first. Okay, you got to get in the groove. Once you're in that groove, you there. And see, with women can multitask and they're very creative. So they can turn that 100K and flip it into like 300K within a year. Okay. Men, they're more logical and distracted. So they may not triple their money in a year, but a woman could. A woman could triple her money easily in a year just by thinking an idea or doing something extra or investing back into herself. So, I got a new exactly that what feminine energy does. That's right. We multiply it. We multiply whatever we get. Beautiful soul, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hey, Shira, baby, what can you do a breakdown on a man's ego? A man's ego. Got a big ego. A man's ego comes from trying to impress a woman and trying to figure out how to do it, or trying to impress other men and try to impress people and try to feel like there's somebody. And I think it helps them in certain situations, but not in all situations. Got to know when to use it. Like, you got to use it sometimes, and then sometimes you got to not use it. So I feel that most men are like, hey, I don't have to have an ego right now. I need that ego when I'm, trying to accomplish something. But right now, I just need to relax. These does complain if they have to pay a simple, oh my gosh, What are you saying? These dusties complain if they have to pay a simple utility bill, talking about saving money. Ha ha ha. Well, I don't know about that. I haven't dealt with that. You said you only need a woman to cook. Well, that's what your mama for, baby. I'm sure she would love to cook for you. And you probably don't even have to pay her. You know, mothers do those type of things for sons with no expectation of anything but just your love, darling. Ain't nothing like mama's cooking, is it? Right? Because if I'm cooking and you ain't giving no money, you gonna be in the bathroom. That's for sure. Sprinkle, sprinkle, squirt, squirt. Don't you ever ask a woman to cook and don't give her nothing. She's gonna give you something, all right. A trip to the bathroom. Hopefully, that's all. Not the woman these days. I think men want to talk down to a woman and then tell him to cook for her, and not understanding what he just did to himself. So yeah, we don't compete. Men don't compete with women. If you want somebody to cook for you, then make sure their life is good enough to even want to cook for you. You know what I'm saying? If you want a woman that likes to cook, find a woman that likes to cook. Give her groceries, a nice house, a nice kitchen, some tools. You know, maybe it's a few cooking classes to improve her stuff. Give her the credit card to go grocery shopping if that's what you like. If she like food, you like food, y'all like food together. That's what you can do. But don't expect a woman to just cook for you because you paying the bills you was already paying before she moved in. That don't make no sense. That's the way you do it. That way she can enjoy the food, you can enjoy the food without being scared of what's in it, and everybody's happy. Do you answer detailed messages in your Instagram? Maybe. If it's too long, I'll stop reading. You better slum it up. I'm a cook. All right, I'm gonna burn the food and serve it to you. Yep, girl. Tell him stop. If he being mean, ladies, let me tell y'all a secret. If you are with a man and he's like, "What did you cook? You ain't cook nothing." If he's being mean, take all his expensive meats. If they eat meat, because I don't eat meat. Take all his good chops and cuts of meat and burn them. I cook for you. Ooh, it's hard. Hold on, let me look. If I soak it in this water, it might rehydrate. He'll never ask you to cook again. Okay. Tiffany, Tiffany, what is a woman supposed to do for a man? What do you think? What do y'all want the most from us? Okay. What do y'all want the most from a woman? Her conversation? The attraction? The sexual tension? The title of "That's My Woman"? The in-house non-communal PP? That's what y'all want, right? Y'all don't walk up to a woman based on her credit score and how good she could make a souffle. You be looking at her booty, her mouth, her boobs, her face. That's what you want. Stop trying to deny it. That's what you want. That's what we know. So that's what we can do. Look good, period. Look good and come home. Be thankful. Look good and come home. Yes, those are the two things we can do. You want extra? You know what you got to do. Men want exclusivity that comes with a high price. That sure does. You said, there you go, putting all men in a box. I didn't say all men. I said men. If you felt that was, your character, then that was meant for you. If that wasn't your character, it wasn't meant for you. I just said men. I didn't say all men. Most men. But unless you blind, okay? Unless you're blind, that might not be what all men desire. You're correct. And if you're gay, maybe that's not what all men desire. I'm sorry, you're right. Let me take that out. Straight, heterosexual men usually go for looks. Is that better? Mm-hmm. You've been lied to? Of course. Men lie to everybody. We don't care. We started lying back. Our lives gonna have children, and their name gonna be Laisha and Lionel. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. How you doing? We done lied so much to each other. Our kids name gonna be Lionel and Laisha. But at least they gonna have a nice place to grow up, nice house. Okay, because I don't care if you lie. I'm a lie too. So we're gonna be lying together. I promise you, we're gonna be lying together. Our lives gonna be so good, it's gonna make a whole new life. We just gonna be living a whole different life than what we were living before. We're gonna be living a good life because we're gonna be making up some good lies. Our lives gonna be so good. So I'm just being honest. You think that women, I ain't gonna say, many women have come to the conclusion that they're going to be lied to. So they're not going to be honest anymore. And so let's just see where that leads. This might be interesting. Let's see where this leads to. Let's see where we end up. Because the other way wasn't too good. Let's see where we all end up lying together. Okay. Why is there a saying that home cooked meals are a way to a man's heart? Because they give him heartburn if you burn it. And sprinkle, sprinkle. That's why they say it. You got to give him Pepto-Bismol after. Y'all, because it reminds them of their mother. That's why. Food tastes good. Men like food because men work hard all day and they be hungry and they want to eat to replenish themselves so they can go out and earn you some more money. And if that's not what they're doing, they don't need to be eating. Okay. So make sure keep that What? So he's going to be chewing the stones if you cook. Oh my goodness, don't do that. Men say they are simple to please, but they will still cheat regardless. And women say the same thing. And if they want to cheat, they can cheat too. You know, just don't admit it. Never admit it. Unless you get caught red-handed, and then there you go. But at the end of the day, I feel that women pretty much can do the same thing men can do. It's not a double standard anymore. And when people say, oh, equal rights, equal, men and women are equal, well, they should all be able to play on the same football team and basketball team, and they should both be able to push out a baby at the same time. If they're equals, they're not equals, they're complements to one another. So we can't go around saying men and women are equal, because we're not equal. The only thing we have or should have are equal rights. And when people, try to say that, oh, y'all fought for equality. Yeah, equal rights. Okay, equal rights. That's like a boxing. If you have two men, you're not gonna put a heavyweight with a featherweight. They both men. They both got equal rights, but they're not equal. You're not gonna put Mike Tyson in there with a featherweight, or you're not gonna put Mike Tyson in a ring with a woman. It's not gonna work out, because we are not equals. We are complements with equal rights. Okay? You want your mama in there fighting Mike Tyson because y'all equal? Because him and her is equal? All right then. You want them to all go to the same prison because we equal? Y'all want to go the men's prison? Everybody equal. Go to prison together. Okay. Feminist values are so gross. They sure are. I don't want to be equal to a man. I want the man to be a man, and I want to be a woman. Mm-hmm. You said, please, the right women will knock him out. Yeah, but he would probably have a higher chance of knocking her out, though, is what I'm saying. Which is thank you, Asia. A woman's currency is love. A man's currency is respect. Yeah, okay. And money. Just add the money on there and we'll be good. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Don't understand why women fought to work jobs. Jobs are stressful. I don't know. That's because they probably wanted to be free from, and have the option to do so if they needed to. I really do wonder what the sex life is for Pick Me. How do you have energy, what, and stamina for him if you busy working full time, caring for the house and kids? How you get turned on, girl? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know. Like, validation is a hell of a drug. Validation is a hell of a drug, baby. When you seek validation all day, it give you energy. You know how like you be on Instagram looking at your posts, and if anybody made a comment, because I know I do. But I don't do it for validation. I'm trying to like see if people get it, because y'all get it on my other YouTube. I mean, on my other Instagram, y'all get it. But it's for a whole different reason. I'm trying to see if people understand. But for some people, they just post a picture and just want to see how many people liked it or commented because it's a good picture. That's how much energy women who seek validation from men have. They all day, every day. Mm-hmm. You said she can submit to, but not like the rest. Well, submit means two different things. Submit means to allow the man to lead, not to be managed and told what to do. Um, because no one is going to submit to someone who does not do things correctly, because then they're putting their life in danger, and their finances in danger. So if a woman won't submit naturally to a man, it's because she don't trust him with her, well-being, or her life, or her money, or whatever, or her heart, because she already knows he don't know what he doing. But you got a big, strong, masculine man that handles everything. Don't worry, I got that, and actually gets it and does what he say he gonna do. She ain't got no trouble. She will. Okay, you got it, baby. Yes, that's my man. Anything you want, some extra mashed potatoes, baby, because she don't have to worry. She's stress free, so she's nice enough because she's not stressed out and worried. She can exhale. Waiting to exhale. She exhaled. She said, "Ooh, I finally found one that can do what he said he gonna do. Ooh, child, it's a relief. I can relax now. Yeah, you go ahead, baby. You got it. Take this break that I never got to take ever in my life before. So yeah, we looking for a man to submit to that way. We looking for one. We hadn't found. Many women can't find one. Can't find one." He said, "That would feel amazing, right?" Yes, go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, you got it. Don't have to worry about any of those things anymore. Yes. Now you got time to do whatever you need to do. Walk around in lingerie. To look good when you get home. Order the Grubhub or cook the food, whatever you like to do. Whatever. I'm doing Grubhub if I ain't feeling like cooking. But at least food will be there. Mm-hmm. Because you have time, you ain't worried. You're not stressed. You happy. You don't feel like at any given moment the rug can be pulled out from up under you because you made a stupid decision or forgot to do something. That's right. We're looking for a man worthy. Worthy. Yeah, that's keyword, worthy. It's like this. Let's say you have a business. Are you going to go on vacation and put somebody else in charge that has a terrible work record or work history? No, you can't even enjoy your vacation. You can be like, oh my gosh, I wonder if they're put it in the orders, or oh, I wonder if they shipping out stuff on time. I wonder if they doing good customer service. I hope they ain't cussing my customers out. A, B, C, and D. She can't even enjoy the vacation because she not sure that person is going to be able to handle that responsibility. So it's the same thing with a man. Mm-hmm. You said she better submit. Well, his paycheck better spell out submit. Okay, in numbers. Okay. Better spell it out because ain't no woman gonna submit to no broke man. Period. Was she submitting to poverty? No. Get you some money. Mm-hmm. Let me submit to your 4 figures, sir. Let me submit to those 5 figures, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, nothing like that. Y'all got to start, instead of worrying about a woman submitting to you, worry about getting, your money. You won't have to worry about a woman submitting to you if you have money. The two don't go together. Do you think men out here with money are walking around worried about women submitting to them? Do you think they even have that in their conversation? Do you think they go out for drinks or whatever and say, well, how do you get your woman to submit to you? Just give it a credit card. Done. That they don't have to talk about it after that one conversation. Done. Mm-hmm. When you can do that, that's when you'll have your answer. Yes, wealthy men don't worry about the same thing some men worry about who are not wealthy, or at least stable. What do you think about Lil Baby and Jada situation? What do you recommend a woman do if she found out her man paid a pro over $5,000 for intimate acts? I don't even keep up with them, but I think it's all inside Hollywood type thing that most people probably don't understand. And you know what I mean? It's one of them Hollywood things that most people don't understand. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Gia. Why is there only black men in here trying to argue with you? I don't even see nobody arguing with me. I thought everybody was women. I saw one or two. Well, y'all know what I say. If you're here to observe, fine. If you're here to argue, welcome, ladies. Either way, I will continue. I said on one of my videos, if you don't make over 6 figures, you're part of the women's group. So just sit back and relax. There's she should make him buy her a few Birkin. What? So submitting, do you have to let him write about everything? How about children's safety? Men less careful about safety. What? Like I said, when you submit to someone, you trust them with all those things. You might submit to them on certain things and not other things. Like if you know they're terrible with children, you're not going to leave the children with them. If you know, they can go to the grocery store and bring everything back correctly, then you're going to be like, okay, well, you could do that. But there's certain things once they build them, their trust up in order to do it correctly, then you'll have more faith in them. Right. Because submit is not to bow down and do whatever you say. That's called S&M, baby. Submit is to just allow the man or that person to lead without questioning or trying to correct or outdo that other one. That's what it means. It means head coach and assistant coach. Okay. Yes, I do have a best-selling book. It's called I Bring Nothing to the Table. It's an Amazon's bestseller. It's listed below in the description bar. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But it's not for men. It's for women. You can read it if you want to. It's called I Bring Nothing to the Table by SheRaSeven. Thank you, Ramona. Shout high value, reasonable price at Shera Supreme. She reigns supreme. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Nothing to bring to the table. Not a thing. If you invite me, I'm the guest of honor. Okay. So be prepared. Not a thing. I don't bring nothing. If you want somebody to bring something, then call it potluck, not dinner. Okay? Call it a partnership, not a relationship. Call it a 50-50 roommate situation, not a husband and wife. If you want to equal, if you want to receive, then find a giver. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I do not bring. I bring nothing to the table except for myself. You said you're bringing something, I guarantee. Well, if it's not myself, and you haven't put the down payment on it and made a couple payments on it, you just gonna get the preview. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get the preview. No test drive though, because I'm not a car, but you get the preview. It's like a movie. You get the preview. You get the first 2 minutes of talking and looking and got to buy the whole movie, baby. Or you can rent it, but it's going to, you might as well buy it if you're renting it. If you found out the guy you are dealing with is still seeing his ex, should you confront him? Yeah. Cry, and when he asks how he could make it up to you, pull up your Amazon wish list, baby. Take him to the mall, do something. Then you can dump him after you get what you want. If you want to dump him. Or you can go find your ex or find a new one. But get something out of it. Don't leave empty-handed. Never leave empty-handed, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Can I see? I think I answered your question already. Y'all need to start paying attention. Let me see. Yes. Shout high value, reasonable price at She Reigns Supreme. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get the wish list and bounce. So I try to keep women. Men say I blow women's head up too big or make them unrealistic. Well, if y'all are constantly tearing them down, well, somebody need to blow them back up. So when they wake up in the morning, they at least in the middle. Okay, y'all gonna tear them down? How what y'all trying to do? Dig a grave? Okay. So yes, I will build women up as far as I can because I know what y'all doing on the other end. Okay, and when they wake up with some type of self-confidence and some kind of standards, don't be mad. Go do your thing, and you won't have to worry about tearing them down so you can impress them. Go figure out how to really impress them. Okay, get your money. Okay, because that's what we really want. We want. I ain't gonna say no high value man, but just a real man, a man that knows how to go out and do what he need to do. That's what we want, not a pretend one. And that everybody will be happy. Kids will be happy. Ooh, we got a real daddy. Women will be happy. Ooh, we got a real man. A man will be happy. I'm a real man. Just like Pinocchio said he was a real boy at the end of the day after all of that. Listening to them scrubs and dusties got him in all that trouble. All that lying. Finally, he came back to to the blue fairy, the woman, the goddess. And she made him into a real boy. Okay? In y'all's case, a real man. Y'all remember Pinocchio? That's an old movie. They need to remake Pinocchio. Mm-hmm. It's true. Like, it is, you know. I'm sorry I don't spend my whole chat tearing down women or men. And I do use metaphors that people can understand so that they can figure out how to improve themselves. I'm sorry if you don't like Pinocchio, but at the end of the day, y'all kind of like Pinocchio. It is a fairy tale. How you think you're going to go off and be all this and big and bad, doing everything out of order, messed up, not listening, and then come back and beg for help when you dusty and out down on the ground and your mama said no to giving you $20. Then you're going to come back and try to find your baby mama or, you know, the last woman in your phone that was texting you to redeem you at the end of the day. Okay. When you homeless and looking for a couch to sleep on during the winter seasons because your roommate up and moved and you can't afford your own apartment as a grown man. Okay. Whatever it comes to, you always go back to your mama or a woman. Thank you, Caesar Sprinkle Sprinkle. I just saw a China video. I did like her. And I did Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Caesar. So at the end, y'all coming back to somebody, mama or whoever gonna let you in. Y'all ain't going to your friend's house. He might have a woman with a baby. Y'all ain't going over there because he gonna make you pay. Or he always, you know, doing something that you don't, he always in a room with his woman sleeping with her and you got to hear it. Or he ain't got no food or whatever. So yeah, it is a fairy tale. The fairy tale ends. And always, how does it end? The woman always gets what she wanted. Period. That's the moral to the story. In every fairy tale, the woman always get what she wanted. And guess who give it to her? Either herself or a man. Okay. Let me tell y'all a good fairy tale to watch. Y'all remember the last Shrek where he signed his life away? And the only way to get it back was to find his wife. What was her name? Fiona. And make her fall in love with him again so they could have some children. True love's kiss or whatever. He had to work hard, didn't he? Very deceitful. Yes, we are. I will lie to your face, to your mama face, because we know you lie to our face and our mother's faces too. Welcome to your own club. Okay. They said very deceitful. We learned it from y'all. Okay. I did say Shrek. The last one with Rumpelstiltskin. You know, the feminine man that be trying to run things. Here he had a wig for every occasion. He dressed good too. That's, you know. Y'all need to watch the last Shrek. I forgot the name of it, but it's the last one. Thank you, Michelle Johnson, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yeah, I'll see some familiar characters up in there. Anyway, I have to go. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all hit the like button even if you didn't like it, lie like y'all always do. Lie with that click button in, okay? If you don't like it, just click like you did. You was in here. You like being in here because you stayed, so you better hit it. You did. Be brave and hit the like button. If y'all don't hit that like button, I'm going to be mad. Y'all better hit it. Hit it. You were dropping gems on the live. Thank you. All the men are going to now watch Shrek on Netflix. See what she's talking about. And Pinocchio. Y'all got to get Disney Plus for Pinocchio, though. Just pretend you want to watch it with your children. Y'all know y'all got some kids somewhere. Okay. You said, let me ride you. Well, first you got to buy me a car. You can ride the car. You can ride in the car with me, but you got to buy the car first. This, I don't know. It's the last Shrek. I don't know. It's the very last one with the Stevie Wonder song. I don't know. Happily Ever After, maybe. Thank you, Roxanne C. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just wanted to sprinkle you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, y'all get it to 700 likes before I go. Come on, SheRaSeven. Y'all can do it. I bring joy to you. Oh, thank you. You're the comeback queen, Ella. Yep. Compulsive liars with no real brains, able to make good decisions. That's called being a genius. What you talking about? He said he didn't want to be born, so they showed. Oh yeah, that was good. That's what it's about. I'm about to leave. I'm so sorry. I'm waiting to get up to the 700. Yeah, men nowadays lie about age. The guy told me 19-year-old cousin, and he was 25, but he was 31. For real? What is this? I saved your life. You promised. Thank you, Focus. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Give the video a like. And for all the men that came in here and was being mean, y'all need to like too. Y'all need to submit and hit that like button. Y'all gonna be up in here. At least lie. Shoot, y'all can always do. Lie, hit it. Say you liked it. Even if you didn't. Y'all know y'all can lie. It ain't gonna hurt you. I'm sorry, I don't have a good outfit and color coordinated and whatnot. All right, I'll see y'all later. Y'all got, if 20 more people got to hit the like button. Hurry up, come on, hit it. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Yay! The supreme being will always beat you at ICN. I said the supreme being will always beat you at ICN. Y'all didn't know I knew that song. If you gonna say something, make sure you can back it up, sir. Sing it, Shayra. Okay. But is the key word. Yes. That's what y'all be looking at when we walk by. But. Bet you I can make him turn his neck 180 degrees. All you got to do is walk by. Yes, sir. Thank you for building our world. Thank you for all that labor. You've done a wonderful job. You see what you can do? Thank you, Michelle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You are a big sister. I never married, 21, 2 kids, taught me self-worth, and you have self-love. You stop being so emotional with husband. We don't know how to handle. Well, that's good. You know, you working on yourself. That's all that matters. And one day when you wake up, you're going to be where you're trying to be. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You be like so calm, balanced, able to make rational, beneficial decisions. Shira, why don't you chase a single career? Oh, singing career? Because I don't want a career. I'll sing when I want to. I like to put inserts in while I'm doing my video. That's when I sing. I think if I had a career out of something, I wouldn't want to do it if I was made to do it. That's the kind of person I am. If I have to do something, I won't do it. Oh, I'm up to 700. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. 700 likes. Thank you. Appreciate it. As a part of submissions is learning when to talk as a woman. Yep. I tell women all the time, don't say nothing. Talk less, listen more. I tell them all the time. Let that man talk. He got stuff important to say that you need to hear. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're allowing your way out and hit that like button. I'm gonna be taking notes when you talking, okay? For real. You think I'm playing? That's how good I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna listen to every word you say, D-Coon. I'm gonna have a notebook, a pen. I'm gonna be writing everything you said. Just so I know I remember it. Make sure you add lots of detail. Thank you, Ramona. Sprinkle, sprinkle, shout out. She Reigns Supreme Fitness Super Chat. Oh, yeah. She Reigns Supreme Fitness. Y'all go subscribe and get y'all fitness on. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Get y'all fitness on. She got a fitness channel for y'all. You said beta male strategies. Hey, beta male strategies. How you doing? You said beta male. He went and changed his name. That's so nice. I hope your paycheck ain't beta. Because your paycheck can turn you from beta to alpha real quick, sir. Okay, that's all it takes. A extra digit or a comma or something. Come on. You might just be leveled up. You not even know it. How do we learn how to lie? Study men. I'll see y'all later. Bye.